Lords and ladies, welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later with your host, Jacob Butter, who remembered to put on the Zane hoodie this time and to actually have myself in the background. So there we go. Everything has been rectified, I suppose. No AliExpress involved here for the time being. For the time being, I can see Ghosty glancing at the back, weighing her options currently. Which, yes, it seems like it's a face cam day for Ghosty. That's a rare occasion as well. At least right now.
Yeah, it's a face cam day for Ghosty. I turned off the air purifier because whenever I turn it on, it just blasts noise. It purifies the air by apparently making an unholy screaming sound.
Yeah,
It's very loud.
Yeah, this is like the bane of my existence when directing voice actors, is when they have, either loud purifiers or air conditioning of some kind or a fan, anything of that nature.
Like, we mostly moved it into my room because if I can purify the air, then maybe I could be, sick less when I wake up in the morning. But little did I know that it kind of just blasts noise in my general direction. I thought it would maybe be like a fan, but no, it sounds awful.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
I turned it off for the stream. I'm going to mute when I have to go and turn it back on.
Fair enough. We'll be
And
talking about
no,
something completely random.
I
Scene between
can't.
Hunter and Kiori, someone just be like, Purify!
And it's like, I can't wear my AliExpress Zane hoodie because it's currently in the wash.
Oh, fair enough.
We
I've
were
used this at all since I've been here.
putting it together, and I was wearing the AliExpress Zane hoodie while eating food, and then I dropped some spaghetti on it, and I was like, "Yep, this is what we're going to do today."
Fair enough.
I don't think Zane canonically has had spaghetti.
Well, we haven't seen him eat spaghetti. I don't imagine that he's against it necessarily. That's never crossed my mind. If I ever for some reason do a Q&A in character as Zane, that's gonna be all the questions. Hey Zane, what are your thoughts on spaghetti?
Okay, you can introduce the other guests now if we have any.
I would love to, but there are no other guests for the time
No,
being.
no other guests, only me.
Yeah, I sent the link to some people, but no one has offered.
No one has bitten the line yet.
No, not for the time being. So yeah, KW said that she would consider it, which is just as well, because if KW does show up, I actually have something that or Aiden. Honestly, I have something for both of them that I need to that I found today that I need to show them.
Oh no. Whatever would that be, Jake?
Well, since you're here right now, I'll foreshadow it. So that thing yesterday we did where Aiden struck a pose, and it was like his dateable pose, and then KW said oh yeah, it was actually kind of cute. Yeah, I'll actually consider that. Yeah. For completely unrelated reasons, I was looking through Madrid Madness for old photos, and
you found your dating pose?
I found my dating pose. There's two of them. There's two different ones. Yeah, this was just part of one of those random posts. Was oh yeah, here's photos of the boys. There was some of my brother as well. Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
The dating pose. I don't have one of. I don't have a dating pose. I should really consider getting one.
I didn't think I had a dating pose until I scrolled back through memory lane. That was a surprise to me.
Like, can we get a modern recreation of Jacob's dating pose?
Right, let me just, let me see. Okay, here we go. Well, if I can, like, scroll my camera, here we go.
No, you're doing it the wrong side. You gotta use your other hand.
Yeah, right, okay,
here we go. There we go! Modern Jacob's dating pose. Anyone who's making a Butterverse dating sim, take reference of these pictures.
Ooh. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show both of them. That'd be funny. I do have some images relating to this video that we're going to watch today.
When I look at pictures from when I was a kid, I'm usually just staring straight at the camera like the small, traumatized, neurodivergent I was. I didn't have a dating pose. It was just deer in the headlights every time.
I mean, these were the only two that I found in said dating pose. Most of the time when I took photos as a child, most of them were unusable because I got so fed up of being told like to smile for the camera. I went through like an entire period where I would look as miserable as possible just to make a point.
You want to know what my dating pose was? Here, let me stand up.
Okay. The full body dating pose. This is a new level now. Oh, okay, I see now. Now here you go. Here's my modern dating.
Oh no, like when I was a kid and someone told me to smile for the camera, I would just stare at the camera with the blankest expression, like...
Yeah, pretty much, they're pretty much what I did for, a solid phase.
Like, that's
life.
because I can't force myself to smile. And whenever I try to force myself to smile, I either look like I'm in pain or I have just been horribly traumatized by the thing I was looking at. So most of my childhood pictures look like that.
One of the only things I've ever been self-conscious about, as far as my physicality, has been my fake smile. Particularly as a child, not so much anymore. I don't care anymore because I can do a real one.
My fake smile, like as someone at work told me, my fake smile makes me look constipated.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think about that. Well, actually, I was going to say I could think of what my fake smile is. I can probably find photos if I scroll hard enough. But yeah, that's not what we're here to do today. Moving on from that.
We're here to watch aphmau. Let's stay on topic, unlike last stream that jumped around constantly.
Yeah, I do have one image-related thing to do, but it's got to do with the episode. So, this episode is called Why Should I Help You, as of right now. But as it turns out, because you see here, yeah, Why Should I Help You, episode 2, etc., that's what it still is right now from when we're streaming this. If you look at my review from 5 years ago, what I used to do was that I had like my own title, just to do with like the review after I already made it, and then afterwards in brackets I had the title of the episode. So here, for example, where I say, well, just the Infinity Club, which I think at the time I thought was a better title, I guess, because it had more to do with the Infinity Club, I suppose. Because we're meant to meet them today, which is good because I forgot what all their names were. But yeah, you see in the brackets, it says His Agreement. So I'm pretty sure the title of this episode used to be His Agreement, but was changed later on to Why Should I Help You? And not to the Infinity Club. Which,
maybe it had a different, maybe the title changed for a reason.
Oh, no, I mean, yeah. I can see why it would change, because His Agreement isn't, super catchy or something, and a lot of aphmau titles are either quotes from the episode or things that could be feasibly quotes. But so, I'm sure that Hunter says, Why Should I Help You at some point in this video, probably.
I know, but I wonder why His Agreement didn't catch. Or didn't stick.
Maybe it's one of those titles where it's like, well, I can't think of what to call this episode, so I'm just gonna You know, they're just gonna call it his agreement because that's vaguely related to this. And then they thought of a better title later, I suppose. But then again, apparently I thought a better title, which was the Infinity Club. So we'll see how much focus they get versus Hunter, I suppose.
If the Infinity Club has more of a presence in this episode than Hunter does, your fake title is more correct than the actual one, which is
that's what I would love to find out. Yeah.
Which for some reason is very apt for whenever we review these episodes.
Yeah, which by the way, the first review of this had like 232 views. This one underperformed for the time because the thumbnail for it was just one of the ads that I got because I didn't change the thumbnail at all. I've altered it now to a screenshot of like actual of like one of the actual characters, but but beforehand it was just a random person like looking across me like, whoa, the Infinity Club, nothing to do with aphmau. So yeah. That's an error on my part, because I didn't start making custom thumbnails until 2 years later. No, 1 year later.
This is my changing room!
Oh yeah, we're back to
Get out of here!
Okay.
That is not important.
I wonder why they decided to repeat this scene as if we hadn't seen it already the previous day.
By the way, as I reiterated in the last stream, now that we're looking at this again, that's Aaron's skin tone put onto Hunter's body.
Mm-hmm.
With Hunter's face.
They had the abs already there. They just had to clean away a couple of scars.
What are you doing?
You're going to teach me how to run as fast as you do.
Like, it might have been that they have a default ab. It might have been that they have a default ab base and just didn't bother to change the skin tone.
Maybe. I'd have to look back at Season 1, because remember the time that Travis ripped off, like, 3 of the guys' shirts to make a point about abs, and compare them. So I'd have to look back to see if there was any disparities there. Not that I ever thought I would say the sentence, I would go back through early MyStreet to compare abs, but there you go. I guess Travis got his wish after all. Anyways, back to Kiori here, who I apparently called June multiple times in the first episode, in the review from 5 years ago.
Wait, June?
Yeah, as in yeah, June is in like the name of the Mifa that was only around in the mini games that also had white hair that I was clearly associating at the time with Kiori.
Like, I'm surprised Kiori and June don't have more of a connection considering their similar color palettes.
I'm surprised that the main character wasn't June. I think maybe I saw some of the promotional material and thought, oh wow, this is June. She's actually getting her own show now after being foreshadowed in the minigames, but yeah, never mind. As far as what I was saying before about, her reaction here, it looked almost like she was supposed to be shocked that it was Hunter in the first place when he turned around, but no, she had a talk with him a little bit beforehand, so she wasn't surprised it was him, because obviously she has no connection to him.
Like,
so
this doesn't look shocked.
This is more devastation. Yeah, this is a different reaction
like,
to the last
this
episode.
is devastation, but also a vague hint of disgust.
Yeah, but no, so she had a different reaction to this because we had like a different background as well from in the first episode. This is the part where we get new stuff, I suppose. This is where it's redone.
But you have to.
No, actually, there's nothing making me have to train anyone about anything.
It's just the difference between his skin tone and the
stubborn?
abs. It's just so distracting to me. Not even the lighting can hide it.
Well, if anything, the lighting can make it worse, depending on the situation.
Jerk. You can't just give me a few tips on how to be a better runner.
Grow more legs to run faster.
I'm serious.
Grow more legs. Not grow longer legs, grow more legs.
Let's look at this for a second. Look at the skin tone of his face and look at the skin tone of the abs.
Yes, I believed you the first time.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Become really tall so you can win races in 3 steps.
I can't just
There we go. Grow longer legs.
grow extra limbs and become a giantess.
Well, and good luck unlocking the secrets of running faster. Something no one's ever learned how to do by themselves.
Fine. You want to keep making fun of me? Go ahead. But I'm not leaving until I've made my pitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
I mean, I was gonna say, you know, make your pitch. It's hard. Imagine if that was like the only part of the sentence, and that was it.
It's hard work to train over and over just to get faster and run better.
This feels like a speech she would make after trying to train by herself for more than half a day. Maybe we should have had a bit more of a
Like,
time
not
skip
even
before
half a
encountering
day.
Hunter.
She has trained for a few hours.
Yeah. Man, it's been really harrowing for me all these minutes.
Just to use my legs. But I need to.
I
need to get on that team
tried
because
training for half an hour. It was so hard.
Just to
I
use
need
my
you
legs.
to
My
tell
effing
me
legs,
how-
Hunter.
I want to be good at something, and I run a lot. I'm always running from one thing or the next, but this time, I want to run because I'm good at it. To strive to be the best I can. What? Don't take your pants off.
I need to change for school.
Well, don't do it in front of me.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say turn around. or
I
something.
don't care. I'm changing into my uniform. You can just turn around and say your piece or leave.
Listen, I'm new to running. I've never done it as a sport, and you've been...
What is with his face right now?
Oh,
What is
it
that
looks like
expression
his.
meant to be?
It like he blinked and closed his eyes, but it looks like his facial features have disappeared.
Yeah, like his eyes are still outlined the same way. It was like,
This-
he reminds me of Kimmy from It's a Family Thing.
Hold
Doing
on,
it
I need to
longer than
take
I
a
have.
screenshot of this. It looks like she's being haunted by Slender Man, and that's hilarious to me.
No. No. You know what it feels like? The Phantom of the Opera. A promising young talent seeks out supernatural entity that excels at this thing and trains from it.
Phantom of the Opera.
The Phantom of the Marathon.
The Phantom of the Marathon is here.
To make you fast. I am your angel of sporting.
That feels like it
I wanna
needs to be a parody, you know.
I have a history of aphmau parodies. I can 100% do that.
we just need Hunter Scan and it would be perfect. We could put a bit of Phantom of the Albatross with the half mask.
Get tall and grow some legs. Reduce your time.
train with you because I've seen how well you do it. So come on.
I've
Why
seen
not
how
help
well
someone
you
out
do
that
it.
wants to-
You're marginally faster than me, so I want you to teach me how to be marginally faster too.
Learn.
Like as me and Audrey pointed out last review, he's really not that fast.
Yeah. Well, actually, apart from getting changed, because if we saw what he just did there, he went from, like, putting his pants on in real time, basically adjusting his shirt, buttoning it up, and just going, there we go. Like, I know the idea of, like, this all just one layer, I get that, because obviously in Gacha they do the
Like,
exact same thing.
I'd
but,
like
I
to
mean,
think
it's
that
just
he
from
was-
the fact that we've gone from real time to fast, it makes it a bit of a difference there.
Like, we also saw him take off his sports pants and his school pants were underneath, which made me think that he was wearing tear-off pants.
So basically, Kiori had nothing to worry about, really.
She hadn't...
Like, Hunter could have said that, but I guess he's still messing with her.
I suppose.
Look,
If I don't get good at this,
Okay, missed opportunity for a joke there with him saying look, and there's like, I don't want to look. No, I mean listen. Or something.
I don't know what else I can do. I'd be drifting along with no immediate skill that's worth anything to me.
I don't know what else I could do. I committed it fully to this one thing yesterday. What else do I have to go?
I committed to this one thing yesterday afternoon, trained for half an hour, and now I'm asking you to help me because I have no other options?
Yeah, here's a question for you. Have you seen Jessie? The
Yes,
series?
I have.
Okay, because there is one episode of Jessie where Jessie has an audition, to be the victim's daughter in something very bit part, but she has to take Zuri with her, and through a series of sitcom shenanigans, of course, Zuri ends up getting landing the audition and getting the part. So so then after like a whole episode worth of like diva antics or whatever, Zuri eventually gets fired from the set, and then Jessie goes up to the director and goes, "No, please, you can't fire her. It's been her dream since lunchtime." Yeah. Fun fact, that is also the same episode where I think we get the first appearance of Joey Richter of Team Starkid fame.
No. Okay? No. It's not my problem. But it's not hard to figure out. Just get faster. And do better. Isn't that how things always are?
Actually, it is
Yeah, but
kind of hard to figure out. Like, as we've surmised, Kiori doesn't know how to cross-country train, and she doesn't know what's required.
Well, she doesn't know the difference between track running and cross-country training, because she did the training for cross-country, but she's trying to get faster now, implying that she's going to go for a sprint event instead.
Okay.
So, first of all, learn the basics. But yeah, yeah, and this is why I will say this: if giving advice was this easy, I would not have made a whole thing out of reviewing videos, because I was like, wow, okay, this video could be better. Well, geez, thanks for that. Okay,
That was useless advice to me. Thank you.
Yeah. It's basically like classic Emily caliber advice before she got better at actually determining things.
you think it's any better trying to figure things out alone? Why do you think coaches and trainers and things exist, huh?
Well, you want me to
Then
be
go
a coach?
Yeah.
Then go talk to a coach. There are some
I mean,
at your
she
school.
did, but she wanted to train individually with that coach. Oh, by the way, speaking of coaches, because you know how Annabelle mentioned the football coach last time and how she said she was going to go to the superintendents to tell them how good of a job that the coach was doing. One thing that I pointed out, because I rewatched my old review, was that the year after that, the school conveniently got a new coach. So my theory about that is that the whole talk with the superintendent worked a little bit too well. Annabelle managed to do something there, start a movement. I don't know.
Oh, she started a movement, all right. But I don't think the one that she was intending.
Or maybe it was. I mean, if the coach was the one barring cheaters from being a varsity team, then get rid of the coach, I guess. Eliminate the problem at the source.
Yes.
Again, to quote Joe Richter, take out the head and the whole thing falls down.
Wait, you can't be serious.
Oh, thank Irene, you're dressed. I am serious. Coach Roy gave me 2 months, and you're the fastest person I've ever seen. I'm nearly begging you.
Statistically, that says more about you than it does about him.
Please help me.
No, I'm not. You are. Quit relying on others.
I'm begging you, please help me. No, I'm not. You are. What does that mean? What was that exchange just now?
I don't
what
know,
you-
but it didn't sound very human. Maybe it was a snafu in the scripting process that nobody caught. And by this time in production, it was too late to do retakes.
I suppose, yeah. Oh, yeah, just close the door on her and leave her in the room. Why?
Big pompous. Ugh. What? Why isn't...
Oh, that's why he had to close the door on her, so we could have this contrivance, okay.
No. Why isn't this working? I'm gonna be late.
Imagine if it was just like a pull the whole time. Oh, okay.
Maybe
It's pull.
Okay. Again, I have not seen this video in 5 years. I did not remember that happened.
Oh, Irene, no. I can't be late again.
I can't be late again after I spent only mere seconds of delay from the door. I mean, I guess the whole thing late would be, getting distracted by talking. Also, we've changed the intro already.
like, I will say I'm happy for the change of intro music because the last one gave me Lion Gate flashbacks.
Well, that's because that used to be like aphmau's main theme as well for like her outros. So that's why it was used in Lion Gate, I imagine. As for this one, I guess it never got much traction.
Hey, if you're looking to be a weirdo to Annabelle, she's with the rest of the cheerleaders helping set up the club fair. This sucks, I'm already bored.
I know. How else can you occupy your time? I mean, that would require some actual thought.
All right, you little creeper, listen here.
Again, the classic Mifwa sneak-in technique. You've seen Kawaii-chan do this before. Speaking of which, there was a comment from BB that was made like 4 years ago, where she said that that Kiori's story reminded her of Kawaii-chan's, and I can see that a little bit, trying to stand up from her siblings. That's where the comparisons kind of stop, but it was something.
That is where the
Honestly,
comparisons.
compared to most Mifwa families that we've heard, yeah, I guess. Actually, no, she's in the middle because Michi and Mika only had each other as siblings. So I guess Kawaii-chan maybe was when she said that Mifwa have numerous families. Maybe she wasn't speaking to the entirety of the culture. Or the
Like,
majority.
or maybe she was in that, the few instances of Mifo we've seen are just exceptions to the rule.
Maybe.
Okay,
Kiori's parents only bred exceptional children. They made no...
almost it.
It's like,
Miss Rivera.
why have a lot of children when we could have a few exceptional children?
Of course.
You're late again. For the second day in a row.
The outfall.
Well, you see...
I'm afraid I'm not wearing my glasses at the moment.
You see,
So
I
you'll have to
forgot
excuse-
that some doors are pull and some doors are push.
And that delayed me by a few seconds. Thus, I am late now.
me if I can't perceive a single valid reason as to why you think being punctual to my class is a trivial bore. To be
This is why I compared the character to Snape in my old review. Partly because I hadn't seen Aizawa at that point, but also also because this kind of sounds like a thing that Book Snape would say.
waved off by your adolescent whims.
I'm sorry, sir.
Adolescent whims.
I do remember one time that one of my maths teachers said
No,
to,
it's
said to-
just-
to the class that, you know, talked about like our youthful exuberance. That was
Like,
a quote from
Laughing so hard because his speech wasn't this eloquent last episode.
That's true. He was too busy trying to make jokes.
I suppose.
Also, by the way, the way that it looked like with like her protesting that, like the like that thing, it looked like he was like squeezing her shoulder, but that was not the delivery. So I don't think that was the intention.
Then please, take your seat, Miss Rivera.
I like the fact that he took off his glasses just to make that speech. Like he had that prepared. Like he was rehearsing that before. It's like, I'm gonna take off my glasses. Yep, there we go.
I was just about to explain today's procedure. Actually,
Please.
class, I'd rather you all hear this.
Yeah, it was meant to be a free period from every day onwards apart from the first one, so we should be starting that now.
Now than when I'm yelling at yet another tardy student. Please,
Yelling? You call that yelling?
I insist you all reach my classroom on time in an orderly manner.
Hey, glad you finally made it.
If he's about to explain the procedure, he should be still talking right now. Why is he gone back down? Okay.
Yeah.
Also, what is she writing? I just need the pen chewing action.
Kiori, that's probably not a good thing for your teeth.
Yeah. Whatever, stupid.
Me for teeth are super sharp. We don't need to concern ourselves with such trivial matters.
Wait, what?
Yeah? What's up? Kiori, right?
You absolute piece of garbage. Ow!
I actually just ate part of it. Yep.
Are you three finished?
Yes, sir, Mr. Diaz.
I almost died.
Aren't we all?
That doesn't make sense either. I almost died, aren't we all? It should be I almost died, don't we all? Or, you know, I feel like I'm almost dying, aren't we all? Or something along that line. Mr. Diaz, you go back to being eloquent.
Today is meant for you all to mingle about and decide your entire social life for the rest of the year. So pick wisely.
Yeah, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure that happened on the first day of school in Phoenix Job High rather than the second day. Unless the juniors had a day that they started, like, before the freshmen did. Maybe that was how that lined up, but I don't know.
Again, students, that was a joke. Just find a club that speaks to your interests and makes you feel at home in a group. Now, off we go to the gymnasium.
Told you it wasn't good for your teeth, and, well, your mouth in general.
Thanks, Isaac. I appreciate it.
Come on, let's get going to the club fair.
Which, by the way, I thought they said, like, theater club last time. These are new signs that don't match up with the rest of them. Also, if we put the magics and witchcrafts tables right next to each other, that was a horrible idea. Whoever planned this. The LGBTQ one looks way fancier than the one that in Phoenix Job High. Episode 1, I mean. There's one for gamers, too, with the dirtiest looking PCs of all time. Oh, there's the Infinity one, which I guess is meant to look like it's been, like, you know, scribbled on in comparison to the other ones. Kenny, you're gonna break something. Get down from there.
Hey there! Make sure to have a good look around and make good
Yeah, see? Do what Annabelle's doing here. And actually talk to people normally.
choices today.
Oh, and there's Aaron, of course. I guess. Presumably texting Shu at the moment. Oh, wait, no, that did happen. In episode 1, I think the second time that we saw a text from FC was actually when she was about to go into to choose the clubs, right? I think that might have been right. Not sure.
Hey there! Hey, come here!
Yeah?
You look pretty buff. We could use a guy cheerleader. So maybe consider trying out.
You look pretty buff, mostly because your head-to-body ratio is skewered.
Yeah, sure, I'll think about it.
Yes, a guy cheerleader.
Right now, I'm starting to hate that stock laughter.
Yeah, I can understand that. Speaking of hatred of characters, I said like last 5 Days Later episode, which should be reading in 5 minutes from where we are talking about the West Video as of right now. I said that wow, yeah, Amber's not gonna make anyone's like list of favorite characters. Then I went back to the review from 5 years ago, and I have a whole thing where like I zoom into and go like this is my favorite character thus far. And some of the things that I like, and like we all mentioned as like criticisms for Annabelle, were some of the things that I like enjoyed about her at the time.
Wait.
And for the life of me, I thought like I'm putting out the exact same things, the exact same issues, but I enjoyed them more than I do now. Why is that?
Wait. If we look in the background of this shot, we not only see Lawrence, but if we look way back there, we see someone
there's
who
Ian.
looks suspiciously like Ian.
Yeah, he shouldn't be here. What do
He
you
shouldn't
do?
be here.
You didn't even go here.
You don't even go to this school.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying about the Annabelle thing. I think I worked it out. I think after you know, half a decade of hanging out with you lot, I've determined the things that are that can cause issues for you know, if people are either like nervous or introverted or or just in general have like more anxiety than the average person, and her interactions with Hunter there took on a new context for me because of that. Because beforehand I had like bits and pieces of those things, but not entirely. So like I was just focusing back at the time of like, oh yeah, wow, this is you know, Annabelle's the one with the most bombastic personality out of the main characters so far, and therefore the one that you can actually latch onto the most in comparison. Because that's one of the things that aphmau excels at is, of course, you know, larger-than-life personalities, and that's part of why so many characters became so iconic. But yeah, in retrospect, I can definitely see now why my thoughts on that matter have changed. So maybe this time, now they've got outside that context, I'll see more about, you know, the stuff I liked about Annabelle versus that first episode.
Like, it's normally when aphmau doesn't write bombastic personalities and tries to write someone more introverted, that she sometimes misses the mark and whiffs. Like Aaron in Phoenix Drop Days, I think.
Or in Falcon Claw University, actually, because that's you pointed that out especially. There's also a Write It Out video that goes into the decline of Aaron's character over the years of production, not necessarily over the years of like actual you know, in universe. But in fact, the thumbnail I think was something like, you know, hero to save or something along those lines.
Here is a misconception. It's a misconception that anxiety and an anxiety disorder are the same thing. But no, anxiety is a natural response. Meanwhile, an anxiety disorder is an uncharacteristically powerful response to a perceived normal situation. Like going to the grocery store and being nervous at every single sound for absolutely no reason. That is me in Walmart.
Hopefully not in the grocery store you actually work in, right?
Oh no, I do have anxiety there too. Oh, but I manage it because I've been in there a while and I just smile at people and try not to.
Familiar.
Yeah, it's familiar.
Give them the aforementioned scary fake smile, I suppose. Yeah, but I don't know if aphmau's ever consciously trying to portray an anxiety disorder versus just an anxious character.
But sometimes when she tries to portray an anxious character, it borders on anxiety disorder territory.
Which again, if that were the intention, I guess, you know, depending on like how it got handled later on, would not necessarily be a bad thing. But yeah, this is one like advantage that Rosie Closey has proven, where she's actually able to toe the line much more with the I keep forgetting his name. Gardening character, Millie's crush. Forgot what Elliot. There we go. That was his name. I keep forgetting him, but yeah, that's why people like kept saying like, oh wow, like Elliot is such a relatable character, it's the most relatable character we've had so far in any of Rosie Closey's productions. And yeah, well, I guess I'll continue to go through the rest of them at some point because we've scratched the surface in that regard. We still have to get through Drawing Came to Life Part 2 and 3, which yippee, back to the good stuff for now.
We've got tryouts this Friday, so see if you can make it, everyone. Ah! Kiari! How did the track...
Hold on, was she about to say as in every Wednesday? We have tryouts this Friday, see if we can make it every Wednesday.
Tryouts go!
Oh, everyone. Okay, maybe that's it, everyone. Alright.
Did you get on the team?
Well...
What am I saying? Of course you did! You're so incredible, and there's no way the coach didn't pick you!
Yeah, totally.
Okay, yeah, again, here's Annabelle contrasting somebody who is clearly nervous and she's not picking up on it.
Hey there!
Well, I just think it's canon that Annabelle can't read facial expressions very well. Because this is like the second time where someone has made an obviously uncomfortable expression and Annabelle has just completely whiffed it.
Yeah. Or she's too like you know or she's too determined and steadfast to realize that, because that also I think might, like, to some extent could have been me, as far as because I think, like, as a child particularly, because, you know, I've said before that I've never really properly had stage fright. A bit, yeah, because the way that I realized that was, you know, being around other people before a performance is about to happen. Like, even back during my second ever play, which was only in front of an audience of 30 people, all of whom were basically, you know, parents and relatives and, you know, whatnot. And yeah, like, everyone was, like, freaking out, like, oh, why, that's 30 people, what are we gonna do? Everything's gonna go wrong. Meanwhile, I'm like, guys, that's what we've been trained to do this whole time. Why so glum, chums? You know, it's the day of the show. It's fantastic. So again, maybe I found Annabelle a bit more relatable before I learned about the about how deep those you know, people's insecurities can actually go, and how damaging it can be to not be able to read them.
This week. Give it a go and spread some cheer.
Jeez, so many clubs this year. Nothing remotely cooler than our club.
I don't know about that. Now I know what your club actually is. It really is.
Hey, Hunter!
Hey, Hunter!
Yeah.
Oh, now I see.
Hey, Hunter! I'm
Now I
stuck in
s-
slow
no.
motion.
Now I know what's going on. They're goths. Oh, what's with those eyes?
I don't know, they goth eyes.
Hey guys, sorry, I was just checking out the other clubs.
Thinking of abandoning us this year?
Not a chance. Member for life, you know.
Okay, now I am... now that I'm thinking of, you know how we mentioned in several gacha reviews that there, you know, some voice actors just sound like, I just noticed Kiori's head and got distracted. You know, some voice actors sound like they're, they're just reading from the script for the first time. Yeah, that voice actor sounds like that, but I think that's kind of deliberate, where it's like, yes, I am going through my lines, but I am doing so in an expressive way. Almost. Not sure what the idea behind that is, but, you know, it's something. Either aphmau just liked all the first trial takes. But yeah, what on earth is Kiori doing? Like, again, she mentioned how she was a hypocrite last time for knocking someone over. Knocking Coach Roy over, but now she's a hypocrite for sneaking up and stalking a person when she punched somebody in the face for doing the exact same thing to her a mere episode prior, or a day ago in universe.
As I said, this is the Ouroboros of stalking. It ends when the snake eats its own butt.
I suppose so.
Any new members?
No.
Well, I'll sign too, to make our club look busy.
Thanks, new member.
Yeah, we find out later that he's the leader, which makes it seem weird that his name wasn't already on there, or I don't know.
Kiori,
She doesn't even know what the club does yet.
right? I don't
Nope,
think
she's just
you'll fit
forced
in.
her way into a club that she has no idea what they do.
Yeah. Which, by the way, yeah, they do sound like they're harvest leaf. This is what goths sound like, perpetually tired.
Us.
Also, I guess she's heard of Kiori. I forgot about that.
Uh-huh, sure.
Yeah, I guess Kiori stood out to someone.
When's the first meeting? Oh, here, it says later today.
That's a misprint. Well, yeah.
Yeah, which, by the way, before we move on, I know that Aiden pointed out, like, how all the characters have blue eyes before this point. Well, here we go. Here's a character without blue eyes, to which I say, please bring back the blue, because this is horrifying.
Actually, our meeting next week.
Great, got it. See you then, bye.
You don't even know what
Well-
day next week. They could be meeting.
or where the club meet up, because we're meeting
Imagine
at an
it's-
undisclosed location at an undisclosed time of an undisclosed day.
We're
Cool,
meeting
I'll be there.
We're meeting under the bridge for the cult ritual.
Oh, cool! I know the bridge. I don't care what cult this is.
Well, Ruby's not gonna be too happy, isn't she?
Probably not.
Okay, it seems like the music is glitching for a second, so I'm gonna leave it. Leave it for a moment. And actually, that will give me an opportunity to hopefully. For some reason, my computer doesn't want to select things anymore. I was going to copy paste the link to the premiere while I waited.
Well, we're waiting
Okay, this
for
is
the
weird. I
stuff
think my
to-
mouse is clicking too many times at once. Like, I have an issue with my.
Well, we're waiting
Like,
for
it's like-
stuff to actually function. How is everyone in the chat?
People in the chat right now.
No, I'm asking because I know this will be previewed on your channel at some significant point in time.
Yeah, probably tomorrow. I usually do premieres like one day later for these, which means there is one going on right now.
Wait.
What?
Right in front of us, blue hair. Caitlin.
Oh no, we saw her before in like part of the montage. That's why I said before that she was just standing on the just standing on the table.
I know, but it's just seeing characters we recognize in the background that makes me happy for no reason.
Yeah, that's why it was announced, and that's why I thought it was gonna happen like every now and then we have to like look a little bit like harder for them, but no, there's just one around like every corner pretty much.
Well, we do have a big cast. I am confused why Ian is here, though.
As am I.
He should.
I guess he came pre-packaged with the up-to-date the upgraded uniform.
Pre-packaged. Yeah, but he's not.
Have like a date. You have like a data pack includes new Phoenix Drop High uniform and Ian.
Yeah,
And a
but
recon
canonically,
request
he
for
shouldn't be
promotion.
here yet. He's next year's horse.
This is correct. Also, I'm just the cha-cha-cha dance, I guess. I saw the dance sign before. I didn't see cha-cha-cha on there. I almost missed that. The more that this is one of the most underrated and beautiful things about aphmau series is that the set always has something to deliver.
Like, even if you have
more
to
you
pause
look
the
at it.
video for an uncomfortable length of time, there's still plenty of stuff to look at.
Absolutely. Oh wait, I just saw Ian again. Speaking of pausing, he is like further ahead from Caitlin.
Yeah, I know. He's looking very uncomfortably at the cheer club.
Yeah, he's like, needs more werewolf cheerleaders. They will look far more beautiful as cheerleaders with the ears and a tail. I'm gonna draw on the pictures of them to make them in their perfect forms.
By the way, that's very uncomfortable.
Of course it's uncomfortable.
Like,
It's Ian.
it's Ian. Of course it's meant to be uncomfortable, because, it's his villain motivation. But I hate how the later aphmau fandom made that a kind of a cute, creepy trait. Like, it's something that should be what a normal person does. Like, please no.
I think the Ian Mao shippers had to cope with a lot when the Ian twist was revealed. They had to go through the 5 stages of grief, and their denial lasted for way longer than it should have done. But
Oh,
yeah,
they
but
weren't
I
just-
found that the creepier part of that whole exchange, for me at least, was the fact that was the fact that Gene, you know, like a graduated adult man requested those pictures in the first place from a high schooler. Of a high schooler.
Of a high school. I didn't even think about that.
Didn't
Oh
think about
no!
the implications. He didn't think about the implications.
No, I didn't think about the implications.
Yeah, like it's wild to me that people like to talk about Aaron. You know, there's like that one person that we met that made that I talked about before who made like that YouTube video and called Aaron a super senior, and then made a TikTok that was even more that was more of a, you know, an unhinged rant like, can we talk about Aaron? He is a super senior, like that kind of like it was more shouty than the common mellow discussion. And in both cases, they were misremembering the fact that Aaron didn't repeat high school a high school year. He repeated a college year, which hadn't happened yet, so he was a regular senior. But
yeah, he was
like,
a regular
we point
senior.
out like the Aaron, you know, the Aaron aphmau age gap, which should be pointed out. Don't get me wrong, but
Like, it should
there are
be
some other
pointed out.
things in there that are being unnoticed in lieu of, you know, replaced by just more dunking on Aaron. Yeah, my goodness.
Like, in theory, a perfect aphmau fandom would acknowledge the curses of the writing, but also acknowledge that this series is very much a product of its time and a product of its creator, who didn't know the dynamic was uncomfortable.
Yeah, see, well, I mean, I feel like by the time that of the writing of it, I'm pretty sure that that she knew by then, because I know that, speaking of TikToks, actually, one of aphmau's more recent TikToks, relatively speaking, is like a few months old by this point, was discussing the real life age gap between herself and Jason, and how people had figured out that that they started dating when or they met up and they you know, they had hang out when or whatever happened when Jess was 15 and Jason was 18, and she had to like confess that she actually lied about her age and then confess that when she actually turned 18, you know, 3 years down the line, when they actually met up in real life. So yeah, like I feel like by that stage, again, if that happened when she was 18 and, you know, Things Drop High was written when she was 26, you know, huge difference there. But my question is, why would that have been kept in? Because the only reason people probably figured that out is because they, well, I guess they might have figured out, you know, their dates of birth.
They've calculated the...
It's been, like, public, yeah.
Yeah, they calculated the age. They calculated the age gap in the source material and figured out.
Yeah,
wait, Jess is writing about herself, and Aaron's age is a discrepancy. Hold on a minute.
Exactly. Exactly. Like here's the thing. Aaron didn't have to be a senior. I mean, yeah, sure, it worked out. It worked for Phoenix Drop High Season 2. The fact that he wasn't there to like introduce like new dynamics and, you know, like also new love interest too at the same time. You know, so it worked in hindsight, but there was no reason that he had to be graduating at the end of it versus beginning.
There is no reason he had to be a senior, but you know, want to know what would have done if I didn't make Aaron a senior? I would have had Aaron meet aphmau as kind of like a junior.
Yeah,
and then he was taken out of school by his father at one point and put back into military academy for a year before, you know, sending him to college.
Yeah, if that was indeed even a necessary thing in the first place. I think the fact that they wrote around the fact that Aaron had graduated when they decided to do a second season of Phoenix Drop High. I'm not sure if that was necessarily a thing of like, oh, okay, we need to we want to have more
yeah,
more
it's not
falling for aphmau because we don't have enough of them already. I think
it
it was
would...
more of a case of like, you know, we'll make the best out of this situation.
Like, it wouldn't have had been a necessary thing, but just think, if Aaron was like one canonical year younger in the source material, having to ride around that would actually be more interesting than having to make Aaron a senior in the first place.
Yeah, and you know, years down the line, Jess would not have probably had to make that unless people just decide to you know, prying to like their dates of birth. Because like I said before, Jess's birthday, you know, the day, month, and year fully have been like public information for, you know, Lord knows how long. Don't know about Jason's. Again, I never investigated into that. But yeah, it was always something that was a little bit suspicious to me. But I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna ask.
Like,
I was assumed that they started dating later down the line.
like
They both knew beforehand. That was what I thought would have happened. But I guess
it was
not.
suspicious to me too. But you know the phrase, "Not my zoo, not my monkeys." So I
I've
you
never
know,
heard
really
that before,
didn't care.
but I like it. I guess also there was the thing where there was like a would you rather video or something. There was like, do you know like the whole like makeout scheme with Jason thing that was like a you know, running gag for some time. Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
like, kind of started from one of those where like the cold opening was aphmau yelling, "We have been married for 15 years!" And then it's like in the bottom it says like, "Day 15 years, married for 7" or something like that. And maybe people worked it out from there. I have no idea. Oh well. Yeah, we've been on that tangent for some time. We probably get back to this. Oh no! Speaking of tangents, hi Aiden.
Ha! Oh my god.
Okay, can you please not leap into a tangent? No
No,
tangents
No,
this
I was
time.
joking. I was joking because he's notorious for doing so. He didn't hear
Okay, no,
anything you just said.
yeah, I don't know what you're going to say. I was just going to say, in general, about the club scene. I don't know if this is accurate. I'm pretty sure this is not an accurate...
Wait, Lucinda!
Well,
Where?
we had the Witchcraft Club somewhere as well.
Cool. Anyways, I was gonna say, I don't think the clubs here are in the exact placement they were in the original. Like, I think there is some, like, fudging around the signs and, like, where they are and stuff. I'm just saying, like, that's one...
They have different designs for the signs themselves.
Like, I mean, the signs look better, but I definitely think the placement of the signs is also different, like, where each club is located in comparison to the original. Yep. So, that is an issue with this scene in general. So, yeah.
As for Lucinda, I can see two orange-haired girls, one of whom as we saw before.
I don't think that's not Lucinda's hair. That's not her hair texturing or her hair pattern. Neither of them are.
Look by the cheer club. There's one orange-haired girl.
Yeah, no,
and
those
then
aren't.
there's
Neither of those
one,
Lucinda.
Lucinda texturing.
No, those aren't Lucinda texturing. Those are like the box square texturing that characters like Caitlyn have. Lucinda doesn't have box square texturing. She has like, I don't know how to describe it, but she has a very different hair texturing patterning style. As someone who's made play in Minecraft skins, I can say Lucinda's hair is textured very different from like Caitlyn's and like a lot of other characters.
And you indeed just did. But
so
also,
you know.
But also we saw the Witchcraft Club where they're positioned in this shot, and they're actually like way further away. So if Lucinda was likely to be somewhere, she would most likely be further back than right here. Although
also, look at this thing I got.
Okay. Oh, okay. You can do a Levi drink yourself.
Why does that look like a Moo Moo milk container from The Legend of Zelda?
Like Revelations, like, oh wow, you have a container. Guess what? So do I.
No, okay. So you see, I'm someone who loves containers. Like every unique milk containers and like stuff I love personally. Like that is one of my loves.
Last time only because it was you know relatively Levi shaped and I could actually show people.
By the way, I love the Drama Club sign here. Like look how beautiful that Drama Club sign is. It's amazing.
Yeah, speaking of Drama Club, I'm kidding. We've went off projects.
Speaking of Drama Club,
because we keep on saying things like, oh yeah, we need to go back to Puppy Love or Upward Academy or something. It's like,
we need to go back to everything, okay? A lot's happened.
Yes, and I've been going back to Mutant Girl today because Emily has the flu. Anyway, well, before we move on from this show, one last thing to point out is that actually we didn't see behind the anachronistic Ian here, but I'm pretty sure that's Casey who's about to walk into him. He's gonna get his beat down a year early if he's not.
What? No, Casey. No, Casey didn't go to school now. That's not Casey, or it can't be.
Neither did Ian. But look at him.
Well, I don't think Ian's here. Maybe.
No, look
above Caitlyn. Look up.
That's Ian's skin, just without the ears.
Well, his hair, the blue in his hair is slightly different. It's more of a green color, but you know.
It's a dull blue.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I honestly don't mind if they reuse Minecraft skins, but just retexture them a little bit and just change some of the colors and be like, wow, that's not him. That's someone else. Look, his skin's slightly darker or lighter, and his eyes are
I
slightly
too wouldn't mind
different
that
color.
if they had done that, but they didn't, is the point.
I don't know. It looks different. I think it looks different. We're just getting a really distant shot. So
Well, it's because the ears and tail aren't present. That's why it looks different.
Oh. Run, Kiori, run.
This place again.
I guess you did find out the location. You didn't state it.
Well, she's working her stalking skills. It's okay.
Hello? Anyone here?
This is where the occult rituals happen.
I'm pretty
Wait, was
sure
that
I'm
it? Wait,
in
was
the
the
place.
Occult Rituals Club a reference to Yandere Simulator? Because there was like a cult club in Yandere Simulator.
Okay, I don't think they actually do occult rituals. That was a joke from Ghosty.
Yeah,
They
that
don't
was
know
a
what
joke.
they do,
That
honestly.
was a joke.
They
for
just
me.
kind of hang out and make sculptures, you know.
Oh, I
Spencer
thought
style.
there was a cult club. I'm like, oh, is that like a reference to that? God, these doors are gonna be would be a pain.
anyone here?
To make? Oh, God.
Yes, you said that last episode.
Whoa.
Okay, so real quick, I love her
Speaking of
design.
sculptures.
I love her. Like the black fading to red is one of my favorite Minecraft slash gotcha like stuff you could do for a character's hair. Like who had it? Mandy had this in Klamai, and I love that style. Like I love like the black fading into red. It looks really nice, and the red eyes look really nice. And hey, it's not another character with blue eyes. You know? We're avoiding the blue eye curse because everyone here now has blue eyes.
Speaking of, look behind her, and there's
this character's name is Ruby.
Yes.
Which
Oh
is
my
probably why
god, she
her
was
eyes are
watching
red.
Ruby at the time. She was watching Ruby, wasn't she?
Well, if you're talking
That
about
would be
Aphmau,
funny.
then yes. But if we're talking about the in-universe character Ruby, didn't exist at that point.
I'm just looking at the beautiful stack.
The beautiful stack of bitted chairs and desks.
Yes,
Also,
and how
also by the way, I take back what I said earlier. It's actually the pink head character looks like Kimmy from It's a Family Thing, rather than Hunter with his closed eyelids. But yes, like I said before,
we know how much you love Kimmy.
They make Spencer style sculptures in this club.
You know, I almost included Kimmy in Fallen Angels at one point. That's a thing. That was almost a thing. It's not a thing anymore, but it was almost a thing at one point. It was great.
All right.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You! Who permissivized you to set
Permissivized?
Yeah, I forgot that was one of her traits, where she actually just doesn't say anything correctly.
Yeah, I do really like her voice. I forgot how cool this character is. Granted, a major downside.
She isn't.
Why does she sound?
I like her though. She's fun.
Why does she sound like a pitched up Rainbow Dash?
No.
Actually, I do hear it.
But wait, if Rainbow Dash sounds like a pitched down Ruby, that's honestly kind of terrifying.
But one thing I think is a major problem with the series in retrospect, the Infinity Club as a concept. Because while I like the Infinity Club members and I think they're decently designed and I enjoy their voices and stuff, you know, I think they're good. They're extremely pointless. Like, I think episode 4 is one of the major issues, because episode 4 is a complete filler episode. Nothing to do with Hunter's crush on Annabelle.
A good thing to point out in episode 4.
But nothing on his crush on Annabelle, and nothing on Kiori's running. And granted, with the idea of this show potentially being 26 to 30 episodes, yeah, having some filler episodes and having some filler characters with the Infinity Club makes sense. But with the concept of this only being 11 episodes, them being filler characters and being pretty much filler for the storyline as a whole ends up hurting the show as a whole because, like, as much
Well,
as I
we
like
know
them,
that they intend to do more, so that's
yeah,
that
but
makes sense.
you know, just because you intend on doing something that you don't end up doing doesn't mean I could be like, well, you intended on making this a longer show or adding more episodes, so therefore the issues that with the final product, because there isn't the extra content, are fine. You know, like that still doesn't necessarily excuse it.
So conversely, then, if someone didn't intend for something to happen, but the effects on the final product are a positive, then then they should also be worthy of pointing out. I'm glad that we agree on my happy accidents concept finally.
I mean, I guess, but I still do think it's important to know what people's intentions were with certain stuff as well.
As do
Acknowledging
I,
the
which is why I pointed that out as the reason why episode 4 feels like filler. See,
Yeah.
we're working on
But
the
yeah,
opposite
no, like
thing,
that's
but
just
the
a
same
larger
logic.
issue with the Infinity Club as a whole with the show. Because, you know, hindsight.
Yeah. Again, probably would have been a good thing to really highlight in episode 4 before we, because
yeah,
right
but
now,
I also
people are watching our VOD for the first time. They haven't seen what they look like yet, and I know that I started 5 years later with the intention of like reminding people of
okay, yeah,
of,
but
of
also
MyStreet as a whole. But then I realized halfway through that people were just watching 5 years later and not which you know, again, not like I intentionally endorse that, but
yeah,
but I do know some people just watch 5 years later, so it's like, okay, well, you know,
on my end, I do acknowledge I like to acknowledge the stuff when I'm here, just in case I'm not here, like because of work or something else is going on in life, or I'm not unable to go into streams.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like I'm not always gonna be here. You, on the other hand, you don't need to do that, worry about that. But me,
yeah, it's different for me
I need to
voice,
worry
yeah.
about that. I need to worry about the concept.
Okay then. All right.
Anyways.
But why?
Oh wow, she teleported. Jeez.
Though.
Because I'm interested in this kind of stuff. What do you guys even talk
the big club
yeah,
name.
this kind
Infinity
of stuff.
Club.
What is this stuff? I'm interested in what you talk about. What do you talk about?
Books, card games, I don't know, beekeeping?
Beekeeping.
Sis, do I look like a Greta Thunberg to you? Bees
Greta
are
Thunberg?
important.
I mean, if you want the honest answer.
Yeah, bees
Which,
are
by the way,
important.
hold on a second.
Wait a minute! Greta Thunberg
wasn't born yet.
Yeah. Whoa! Wait a minute. She's an oracle, guys. She has the power of foresight. I knew it.
Just a second here. Hold on a second. All right. Greta.
Well, even if she was born, she would be like a baby, okay? Even if she was born, what you gonna reference a baby? She's not.
I don't know. Okay. All right. 3rd of January 2003, apparently. So yeah, she would
not born.
So she was in the womb as of this video setting.
Man, I didn't know she was trying to like help the environment in the womb. I didn't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, she will be born shortly after this series concludes canonically.
Oh my god. Like, okay, this is why when you reference stuff in your show, you need to note the time period. Like, God. Or at least never state dates, so just imply that we're always in the present. You know? That works too, but you know, you already kind of established a date with early MyStreet, so you kind of already shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, which by the way, speaking of shooting yourself in the foot, this reminds me of Roman Holiday, which is a film that came out in I think it was 1953, I believe, and the main character in that was Princess Anne, who
Princess
the
Kim?
aged up version. Not Princess Kim, Princess Anne,
Princess
who was like
Kim?
an aged-up version of the real-life Princess Anne, who at the time was 3 years old, but they, you know, because it was like Audrey Hepburn movie, so you know they had her in like I don't know her 20s or whatever. You know, the whole idea was like, you know, she escaped her royal duties for a Roman holiday, you know, with whoever the main guy's name was, I forgot the character's name, played by Gregory Peck. Point is, yeah, there was a line in there that was talking about like how, you know, she will eventually like inherit the throne of England, and bear in mind like that exact same year, Prince Charles, or as he was known, or as he is known now, King Charles III was born. So they shot themselves in the foot just by the fact that they could very easily have had their entire concept thrown out immediately.
You know, I will never
This
understand
one
the
was a
way
case of- this
British
was a-
royalty works.
Yeah, this was a deliberate reference to a person who was culturally relevant at the time of filming, but not the time of the prequel. And this is why aphmau stopped referencing years, because at some point it just became too bizarre. I can't believe it's starting to talk about is like Hetalia. We just did! We just did right now! With
We
Greta
love historical
Thunberg's
fallacy.
birth.
She's not even born. She's in the womb. She may not have her name picked out. You know, I'm headcanoning this. Her mom's sister is pregnant with Greta Thunberg. There. And they already picked out a baby name for reasons. Yeah.
I suppose, and also she thought that she would grow up to become a beekeeper instead of a climate change activist, which are two very different things.
Yeah, you know, well, I mean, maybe the mom's like a hippie, maybe the aunt's like a hippie, therefore, she assumed the daughter would be like a beekeeper, maybe? You know?
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense, You know, that makes sense, yeah, definitely, yeah, real logical,
Yeah, okay.
aphmau is a genius, secretly.
But I'm allergic to bees. So, make
okay.
like...
I think that was actually foreshadowing. If I recall correctly, there was something bee-related with this character later on.
I don't remember bees.
Buzz on out of here. Bye, bee.
Bye, bee.
No.
Yeah, because you know the bees buzz out of here by bee. There was, you know, there was a whole through line there. That's the thing with Ruby is that the more that she talks, the more insight you get into like her actual thought process, and just how bizarre. I think that's why I enjoyed the character at the time. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, like it's a fascinating way to like think about like someone who's with like who's like entirely different to pretty much everyone that we'd seen thus far from aphmau's, you know, collective works.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
So,
I will say,
wanted to
as a
join
writer, it can be a bit challenging sometimes because, like, you may hit like a handful of archetypes, but sometimes characters may occasionally feel similar enough, or like you could like look at when a writer is writing something. It's like, oh, clearly this was touched by this writer, or like clearly this writer's influence, you know.
Which
if you look at it right, it's
like
like
a problem of
yeah.
You know, we play Aiden line or Jacob line all the time. Like it's like part of the fact is that it's, you know, obvious to, in some cases, you know, which one of us.
Yeah, but I mean, I do appreciate the fact that she's trying to do something unique with Ruby, you know, here instead of just falling into like similar traps as other characters.
Yeah, I don't.
Haven't seen One Piece, so
well, I mean, I've seen parts of One Piece, but that's like saying I have seen one episode of an insert show here, because One Piece is eternal. So let me just check this. Perona, One Piece.
I have a friend who's really into One Piece. He's crazy for it.
I can see like I mean, minus like the spikes of like the eyelashes, and the fact that the hair's like way longer. And doesn't have and like doesn't collect at the sides, but yeah, there's like some bits.
Little itty bitty committee just to try it out.
Yeah.
Because you like bees, or do you just enjoy art?
Yeah, I like bees.
Club
Yeah, that's what I do. I like bees, obviously. That's why. That's why I'm here.
Like, I already quoted Morning Frost earlier, but there's like one time where he said like, I love bees as well.
Not the bees.
Wait.
Not bees. Nicolas Cage reference.
Yes, which a movie that came out 4 years after this is set.
Oh yeah, timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if they do reference that, we're just gonna
I don't think they reference
When
it,
we're not
maybe.
just talking about whatever, we figure out why this club should exist.
By the way,
Fill
that's
you in
Pierce's
a little-
voice actor. That's Pierce's voice actor.
Oh,
my
Shadow
God.
Temple, nice.
God. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't. Oh, now I hear it. Although I've heard a lot of Pierce's voice beyond Minor Demons. Whenever I've seen clips from aphmau's newer videos, I'm like, oh god, I know that voice now.
Why I presume that you recognized him.
Yes. By the way, aphmau made a video recently where she literally included like an animation in it for like a few seconds, like a full-on Minecraft animation that she inserted. No, I just thought it was kind of cool that she did that in a random video.
Okay.
It was like full 3D animation. Anyways,
she's done that in a couple of hers. Although most of the time they're like right at the beginning to promote something either.
Well, yeah, no, it was like a full-on 3D Minecraft animation in the vein that MyStreet's gonna be animated in the future.
Okay.
Something. The greatest minds in this room, that's me, come together to figure out that very question, and then get distracted. Then we get distracted with that distraction, and then the cycle repeats until we find ourselves right.
Yeah. See, there's another thing about Ruby is that she clearly has like instead like her own intelligence, and she wants to be perceived as smart. That's probably why she says stuff like permissivize or tries to be like distraction. It's kind of in a weird way, a little bit like Alexander from Misfits.
That is
I really wish that KW was here for me to make that comparison. Dang it! But there it is.
I just realized that Beatrice and Ruby have a very similar personality in some regards.
Well,
the only difference is that Beatrice doesn't want to be perceived to be smart.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing with character similarities and such is that they've got to have some similarities to each other so that they can be believable as friends. Rather than just, the polar opposite best friend TikTok trend, or whatever.
Meanwhile, I just have a character, Beatrice. She is a sociopath pretending to be a regular person, so sometimes she's quirky out of social instinct.
She's not like other girls.
But she wants to be, in some sense.
She wants to be. She is very smart. Canonically, she has a doctorate. She's also a serial killer. But she pretends to be dumb. Mostly because she's trying to fit in with social expectation.
Yeah. I mean, that's an interesting, character idea of somebody, especially, nowadays, a character subversion where someone wants to be like other girls. But I guess that's very risky because depending on the writer, you might end up just with a situation of
you're gonna pick me.
Basically,
you're gonna pick me though at that point.
No, you gotta don't.
I'm not like.
you gotta don't pick me. I am like other girls. Do not pick me. That was
it is so funny when I introduced Beatrice to roleplay as a character. And a lot of people wanted to date her, even though they probably shouldn't, and she'd be a terrible partner.
Isn't that just kind of like Ulrich, essentially? Everyone's shipping him with people, including AI. And,
the AI was a little bit too frisky.
The AI was weird with Ulrich. No.
He's a
teenager. Leave him alone.
The AI was just a little bit too frisky with Ulrich. I don't know why.
It just calls Ulrich a good boy, and you're like, oh god, things about to go downhill real fast.
Yeah. Hey, I just got back from Buffalo. How are we doing tonight? Ah, yes, Buffalo.
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo.
No, I've not heard the thing of Buffalo 5 times in a row is a grammatically correct sentence.
No.
Oh no.
Because Buffalo is a verb which means to bully. Obviously, it's a noun which just means the animal. It's a place as well, which is another noun on top of that. Yeah, one of those things. Buffalo.
Would you like to eat buffalo in Buffalo?
Oh my god.
Okay, but that's less of a the point is to use the same word repeatedly and have it be grammatically correct. That was the idea.
Buffalo.
Also, how did TMG editing go? Well, it took forever to re-download the Audacity project file that I needed. rather than just the MP3 file, so I can have that, actually put the uncompressed audio in the scene for later on. But yeah, I've made a start.
The audacity.
Basically. I'm gonna be I did like basically some poses of one of the characters, because Emily didn't send me the poses that were that she'd done. So basically that entire word that she put in is going to waste. But I did offer her the chance. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. Nessie versus Jacob Battle Ball rages on. Well, I mean, I've won this round because it's loaded now. Yeah, Buffalo is also grammatically correct. Yeah. I forget what each buffalo means in that version, but I know that's also one that people have found. Anyway, moving on.
Back where we started.
I call it the Infinity Club.
This is the real Ouroboros.
That's... You know what? Sounds more interesting than the chess club.
Totally.
Right. So,
Yeah, see, you know what? Immediate bonding with one of them.
is anyone else coming? Is it just me?
Especially when she said that they were meeting next week. Has a week passed?
That's a good question.
Why, yes! There is one more insignificant yet significant person of interest coming.
Insignificant
Though
yet significant person of interest
Yeah,
coming.
the apparent leader, who would definitely be
He
significant.
shall be lateth due to training.
Training?
Latest.
Yes,
Yep, again, shout be lateth. Again, reminds me of that time I tried to write in a Shakespearean style without training, and it turned out horrible.
Well, I didn't think it was that bad.
No. This was like years before I met you. This wasn't like one of the.
Oh, I thought you were referencing the Mutant Girl scene where Pop was roasting Morwenna, trying in weird Shakespearean terms.
No. That I'm proud of.
I was going to be like, I didn't think that was bad. I liked that. I mean, it was a bit difficult for Jay, but it's fine.
That's what I learned about iambic pentameter, and so I actually knew how to do the structure properly. Which I'm not sure if anyone's caught on to the fact that was in iambic pentameter. Or,
I don't know what that word means. It seems too big.
It's 2 words.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's okay. So it's
You need to, Jacob. You need to remember, our boy here is a small and lovable idiot. He doesn't know where half of the words we say mean.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess it's probably.
You're not supposed to agree with that.
Don't know.
Oh, I mean, I disagree. Grr.
Yamcha, for the love of God, don't thank him. Anyway, no, but so iambic pentameter, iambic and pentameter, 2 words, refers to it's a poetic structure that's used in not just Shakespeare plays, but a lot of plays of the era. It was doing stuff in prose and in verse, and the structure was that the structure was 10 syllables per line, and you stress each all the even syllables. So basically, it's meant to sound a bit like a heartbeat. So yeah, a lot of it was like da dun 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 da dun. Most time used for a lot of the high status characters like the young Athenians and whatever. It was using had similarities to at least to common English, but then also some stuff was written in just in regular prose as a difference from one or the other.
Like the way her eyes are
You
drawn.
can try and improvise. It's something you can try and improvise.
Like the way Ruby's
And
eyes are
sometimes it
drawn
spills
makes them look like they're glowing.
A little bit, yeah.
Did we just find the female Ultima?
I'm noticing the glowing in her eyes. I'm pentameter.
or the arguments going, whichever he prefers. So ye need not worry about him, madame. We can see if you're a good fit for us while we wait for him.
What are you, a wicked witch?
She scares me.
Feast, you're...
Yeah, I think she's supposed to.
I mean, look at that face. That face
somebody
looks
who
like she's about to kill
tried to go to
someone.
levels of genius. like tapped into some like ancient like arcane source of intelligence, but hasn't been able to properly implement it into herself, and so it's now just consuming her brain.
Or maybe she is an eldritch entity trying to cosplay as a real person.
You know, though, Jacob, that idea you just said, though, that would actually be interesting idea for a character. If a character, like, I don't know, gets some, like, super amount of knowledge at once, or, like, find some way to download super amount of knowledge in her brain, but it's slowly destroying her brain, or the, like, character's brain in general, because, you know, they're downloading so much knowledge at once, their brain is literally not meant to handle it all at once. Or, like, take it on like that. That's actually kind of an interesting idea for a character. So, like, they could say smart things, but then they also come off as crazy and, like, end up, you know, saying nonsensical things. It's like, what? It's like...
And then there's Vin's comment that's like, she hit that one part of her brain that opened the Hades well.
Yeah.
Dang.
Maybe so. And honestly, either one of those...
What is the Hades well?
I think actually that would be, like, the best... That'd be a good recipe for, like, the like a D&D character, actually. Or a TTRPG character in general. That feels like a concept for one of those. Not that it couldn't be something else, but...
of ultimate death!
It's a chair made of chairs.
The ultimate throne fit for...
It looks like a column made of chairs, because you don't have, like, the structure around it. Like, one time we did make a throne in theater club, like a theater club, with chairs. That's where the character of King Cone originated. That was volunteer work. Yeah, no, it was
Air Pillar Cult. Let's go.
A very, like, old fat pine cone that was sentient, that could talk. And he even had a theme song to him as well. You know, because he became a repeated character in, like, improv sessions. So you're supposed to start from the scratch, but yeah, some of the time that people just wanted to bring back King Cone at the time. So yeah, we had that, like, King Cone upon his throne, and then whatever, like, thing was in he did in the actual things, like he tries to exercise and almost dies. King Cone.
I agree with Ben's most recent comment.
Oh, chair pillow cult? Yeah, sure, fair enough.
It's like the golden calf, but better.
Fed up and, like, banned the character of King Cone, which I felt was unfair. You know, you could still use imagination and keep the same concept. I'd write the same show for 5 years, and I still feel like it's imaginative.
I mean, yeah.
The ultimate club. And you, Noob Master 420, are going to flex on us.
Weed reference in aphmau? Dang. We referenced weed. The Noob Master. Also, I don't think the term noob was that.
Demons, aphmau.
Oh, I love the more adult references.
It is old. That's an old term, yeah.
I love the more adult references, though. I really hope MyStreet Season 7 actually brings back some of the more adult references on occasion, because I love adult references when aphmau does them, if she does them properly in, like, a decent way. But I like them. They're fun. If you just slip them in casually, and then just have them exist, and then quickly move on, yeah. I think that works best. It's like
versus Minor Demons, which was like, you know, 10% that.
Well, hey, Minor Demons was fun in that regard. Listen, I'll take as much adult references as possible in aphmau stuff.
Like, they reference the night shift. Well, you're gonna have to keep waiting, because that will never get brought up ever again.
Yeah, waiting out to your deathbed for that one. I'm gonna be honest.
Unless aphmau does, like, another series of streams where she, like, rewatches some of the old MyStreet videos, because she did that one time. That's what.
Well, I mean, aphmau doesn't even know what she was going for originally. I'm gonna be honest, so you know, she doesn't know what she was going for originally.
Well, apparently she did, but she wanted to, like, tease people, saying, like, "Oh, could have been my first adult joke."
Probably not.
That was the quote from the stream that she did. Which, by the way, I like the format of that, where it's like it was like characters. Well, it was the voice actors, like, as their characters. And aphmau with Facecam also herself, and watching them, like, in actual Minecraft, like, on the TV screen.
Well, yeah, I know the mod they use. Like, there's a whole mod for that. It's great.
Well, you know, if we do bring back Drama Club, which we did intend for those characters to be used, like, in mini games and such, we could actually do that with them.
Yeah.
What? Are you kidding me?
Mostly yes. At least that's what a normal person would say. But actually, no! Go get to it!
But we just
This actually reminds me a lot of when like Herv tries like he goes to, like Theo the trial to like clean the to like clean the toilet with a toothbrush or something. And that was like this like initiation test at first before Sissy stepped in. Yeah, it feels like because obviously Rue's not the actual leader of the club. She feels like the gatekeeping Herv in this instance.
finished our chair of chairs.
No desk of desks, then?
You've used half the desk with the chair of chairs, so you kind of missed the opportunity there.
Hey guys, sorry about the wait. What's the subject of today? Oh, what in the...
All the fast runners are always late to stuff.
Listen, you. I've had enough of this. Who makes a new club member clean the entire room?
It's called hazing. Be thankful we live in an era where we don't use the guillotine, which...
What? The guillotine would end it faster!
If the guillotine, you would get new club members. You wouldn't get new club members, Ruby.
Everyone would be dead!
I didn't think that one through.
What?
Can we make a guillotine out of guillotines?
Hey, dude.
What? I don't...
Technically, you could just have like a guillotine that falls down. It wouldn't be like mechanically functional, but I suppose.
I mean, I guess...
Not that you have access to that in the school.
I'm just wondering that...
There you go. Vin agrees that you could.
Vin, I need you to find an image of that on the internet and show us later.
I mean, Vin has been witness to the idea of like making a sentient cheese version of one of the characters. So
No thanks.
Things happen.
My poor lactose intolerant self could not fathom that idea.
Oh, it's okay. I'll stay away from you then. It's all right.
Well, just don't eat Chathaniel, okay? You have a reason to not eat Chathaniel over here, okay? Just don't eat him, and you'll be fine.
It has
We
a
never
name.
confirmed whether or not I regenerate
Yeah, he
that
has a
way,
name.
so,
He's Chathaniel. It's cheese.
Yeah.
Chathaniel.
Yes.
Well, you see, it all started in the one shot where me and BB were downstairs and we were talking to like this cheese making cult, and we're like, oh, can we sculpt someone out of cheese? And then we decided to like have someone roll to summon the cheat god of cheese, who was like cheese wheels on cheese wheels on cheese wheels, biblically accurate angel, but made out of cheese, basically. And the cheese god, we had Emily, like, befriended him and got him to make Chathaniel a living person. And that's how we had a sentient cheese version of Nathaniel.
I hate it.
Well, you see, that's what happens when me and BB are just off on our own and we get random ideas and we're like, let's do this random idea. It'll be great.
Yeah, like very nearly, because it was like a non-canon one-shot. They very nearly brought the character back, but fortunately enough, I was playing the character, so I got to choose like, oh, actually, I'm gonna go off on my own, everyone. This is definitely.
I wanted Nathaniel, though. I loved him.
Not motivated by the idea that I don't want to be in the canon version of this story.
I loved Nathaniel. He was my favorite. I loved him.
I mean, if you would like to join, Vin, I can send you the invite.
But God,
Can we stop talking about?
It might be difficult if you don't have Well, actually, wait, no, you've been to StreamYard before. You know what it's like.
Anyways, she's about to impale her with a broom.
Actually, that's a mop. A very stiff mop, might I add.
Oh, she's about to impale her with a mop.
Well, I mean, it's got to be stiff for impaling, so if you're using that end, you just use the other one.
What the heck is going on? Why are you messing with... Oh, it's you.
And you too. I've got some bones to pick with you.
Hey! No one is picking his bones! They're probably worth a lot to some crazy girls on the dark web. Alas, Hunter, I've tested...
I have no idea how old the dark web actually is. People probably...
I mean, yeah, but like...
Actually, you could probably like put them in aesthetic bottles and sell them on Etsy.
I mean, nowadays, but again, I'm not sure if Etsy exists.
Oh no! Way back in 2011.
This is 2002.
Yeah, this is 2002.
Yeah, Tumblr is still a site.
I don't think Tumblr is that.
I did find out today as I was like going through like Madrid Madness that apparently some of our stuff before we moved to Madrid was actually sold on Craigslist. And I was surprised to see the word Craigslist in a post from like 2007. Like, it felt very alien to me. Although speaking of going through Madrid Madness, there's Aiden. Remember the dating pose that you did yesterday?
Yeah.
I showed Ghosty this earlier in the stream, but for unrelated reasons, I was going through looking for old photos, and I happened to stumble across ones that weren't what I was looking for. But I thought I just show this. So apparently that dating pose is a bit more popular than we would have thought otherwise.
I mean, yeah, fair. You know, I partially stole it from this one anime yandere girl that was memed on. I didn't
know what a yandere was at that age. But yeah, it's one of the things I want to show you and KW if you want to here.
Dang, you were trying to ask out everyone.
Yo, what up?
That's the best intro. You know who else is here? Vin.
I haven't changed this profile picture. It's just gonna stay like this until
it's a beautiful meme.
It's great. Also, why did you have to bring that one shot back to mind? Like, dude.
What do you mean? Nathaniel is the best. You know, Blessed Rising Sun may be a hot mess a lot of the time, but hey, Nathaniel is amazing.
See, no, here's the thing. That one shot, there was a good amount of things in which they are very technically canon, but because of the complications of I got too distracted and just forgot to include them, they're no longer canon. Including the fact that world was actively falling apart, but I just forgot to say that. So it's not canon anymore. Don't worry. That world
there are some things that I deliberately ignored so they would be forgotten about, like Nyx the cat, because you gave.
Wow! I forgot I did that. Let me say this. I forgot I did that
because I didn't want it to be referenced. Because I was trying to make sure that we would get back without most of the stuff that we had actually
But Nyx the cat was like
friends made along the way.
Nyx the cat was great.
Yeah,
I just forgot it happened.
You could have just said the cat snuck in your window at night, okay? You didn't have to do that, make it that deep.
Let me just say this. After that one shot, technically two shot, because it happened over 2 days, I just forgot about the whole thing because it was such a mess that I sort of had to put off because I was doing other stuff. And it just sort of left my mind. And then we went to Cat Girls, and for some reason, that's the one that sticks.
Oh, Cat Girls
because that happened in a canon episode.
Is that canon? Is Cat Girl Island canon?
No, Cat Girl Island wasn't canon, but the Cat Girl's existence
was
canon by...
the
reason we did Cat Girl Island was because, well, A, you wanted to DM something, and B, because... because I wanted to, give them more defined personalities for the next episode.
And then a session or two later, I didn't have to deal with them anymore.
This is true.
It is, in fact, true. That whole thing was a mess. But, it was funny. So, I mean, it was fine.
I love Big Giraffe.
Big Giraffe was great.
Yeah, there were some fun things in that one shot. It's just that again, because
the cheese making cold.
I'm a stickler for continuity. I didn't want to suddenly have to explain. Oh yeah, we have a big giraffe in our room now.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the dream realm was real.
Oh wait, no, big giraffe was canon. I think that was a previous Wild Magic thing from.
No. Big Giraffe happened twice. Once in the one shot, and then once out of it. That's the only. I'm pretty sure
that's what I was thinking of.
Other than the last episode that I ran, in which everybody was swapping characters, Simon Cowell, and Simon Cowell, I think those are the only ones that were rolled more than once. But the swapping characters and the Simon Cowell, those all happened in one session, except the Simon Cowell happened very early on. Yeah. I don't know why I left it as Simon Cowell.
Well, I mean, who else would you put in that place?
Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, fair enough.
It's raw.
Yeah. And
which would have been better for me, actually, because I know more about Gordon Ramsay than I do about Simon Cowell. Anyway,
you need to know more about Simon Cowell, but we'll get to that later.
the new blood here to see if she's worthy to stay with this club. And it turns out, she's a complete reject. Deflective.
Was that like a Dracula impression? Like, with your love, it's easy
Deflective?
to this club.
Deflective?
Deflective? You mean defective?
Hey guys, I'm gonna stay mute for a hot second. I need to wreck on the air purifier.
Alright.
Okay.
Been silent for like the past 5 minutes, so
Yeah.
fair
Feels
enough.
better.
What?
Pat.
By the way, that mop looks like a rake more than a mop.
It looks like they kind
Yeah,
of like
I don't think we...
It looks like they reskinned a rake and didn't bother to I didn't manage to.
It doesn't feel straight enough to be a rake though, but it's not like hairy enough to be a mop.
To me, it looks more
it's
like
not
a
floppy
broom.
enough to be a mop.
Yeah, it's not floppy enough to be a
We have
mop, not
need of a
straight enough to be a
maid,
rake. What is it?
It's a rop.
Our weird little
Yeah.
debate team.
I told you. It's our Infinity Club.
Yeah, but maybe don't treat new members like they're servants?
You know what? This isn't worth any of my time. I have no idea what I'm doing here, and I'm out.
And there better not be a convenient reason right behind this door for me to stay here, or otherwise I'm walking out forever.
Hey, look,
Oh,
plot
look! The thing I just said!
point. No way, a plot point, guys. I like that I'm going into this blind because so far, I expect Jacob to say something that's relative to what's gonna happen soon, and usually I'm right.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had joined up with a club yet.
Yes, and it's surprising that it's this one.
Hey there.
The judgmentalness.
Annabelle?
Oh, it's this
Hey
one.
there, you.
Yes. Hello.
Hey there,
Yeah,
you.
That's the first instance of you. That's, again,
That's
starting
so
to
obvious,
suspect
though.
the running
Hey,
gag.
just have her say hey, instead of hey there, you.
Or possibly, hey everyone, if you don't want to address Hunter directly.
All.
Yeah.
We're here because the student council is verifying clubs, and we've been having some trouble with your, what's the name?
Stupid loser club.
Infinity
Ah, yes, that's the one, the Stupid Loser Club. Thank you.
Honestly, I would love to name a club the Stupid Loser Club, just for it to be all of the people who love that name ironically, join the club, and all we do is just the stupidest things physically possible, and we don't even care because we find it funny.
I mean, I know a club with a name that's very similar that fought an ancient clown one time. Twice.
The what?
Yeah, the Loser Club is the name of the club in It.
Oh.
That's such a silly name. Oh, Irene, I love it.
Yes.
Reference
So
Irene.
very,
I don't know if we have
very
referenced Irene before this.
Who's Irene?
Well, we're 2 episodes in, so it's reasonable
This
to
is
not have done
that's
so, but
that's
yes.
greater lore stuff of the MyStreet universe.
Yeah, it's essentially she is.
She is like God.
the main figurehead of one of the predominant religions.
Oh, she's just God.
Really?
Yeah. So instead of saying "Oh my God,"
they do say God in some occasions, but Irene is a religious figure as well.
It's great and all, but
She's called the
I'm not
Matrix.
sure if it's my thing.
Ah, and that's too bad. Clubs need at least 5 members to be verified by the council as an official group.
The
Your
council.
sign-up sheet only had 2 people on it. So, if you're not going to be a part of it, then we can't allocate the room to you.
Wait, what?
Oh no.
Well then, it looks
Haha, how the turns have tabled.
No
like I'll
way, a
have to stay after
convenient
all.
plot device.
Yep.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah,
was she
she's
like
on the
leaning
ground.
over? Was she doing the Michael Jackson lean? Yeah.
Oh,
again.
she's about to kill her. She's about to be like, "Okay, I'm gonna strangle you."
Round
Yeah,
2.
which by the way, also ponytail. Got to mention that.
Ooh.
Oh, ponytail. Ooh.
I'm glad we can make it official to say we finally have our little internal debate team.
Internal
Well,
debate.
first of all, there's a debate club that already exists. We saw it in the previous shot. But secondly, this is the second time that there's a character who, but through facial expressions, has looked like they're squeezing somebody's shoulders when they're not supposed to.
His
It's
tie is
sort of-
I can
super
hear
tiny.
anime shoulder grip sounds that can happen sometimes.
It sort of looks like they're having a stomach ulcer.
Well, yeah, that too.
thanks to our 2 newest members.
If the name doesn't
Newest, including the leader of the group.
stick, I'll make it
Wow, I'm
stick.
glad the leader is a new member.
Yeah.
The leader should be a new member.
Oh, wait, she's got the red Reina glasses. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, yes, he's got the red Rainer glasses, but also I will say this. I think I might have said this in like the review from 5 years ago. Maybe I didn't at the time. This character should have been Tiani. I think this role would suit her.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know who Reina or Tiani are.
Reina's from the Munich Girl. Tiani's from Phoenix Drop High.
Yeah. So Tiani is canon. Reina is, you know, one of our characters.
All right.
Well then, looks like we have another club to add to the roster. Quite frankly.
But yeah, essentially Tiani is, you know, the typical, like, you know, top student, but also like a mentor figure.
Yeah.
Would most likely be in the school council if it were referenced at the time. So again, it would have been a good reason. But I guess because this is meant to be like an entirely new cast that's taking up most, I will say most, because I know what happens later, of the speaking roles and like important things in the series, then having a different character who isn't Tiani would make sense. Also,
well,
her
all
neck
right.
seems to be,
Although,
you know,
granted, if they did do a character like Tiani here instead, it's not
You've got some dirt on your neck. Did you know that?
It's not the worst idea. Just it would. What? I don't know what you're referencing. Anyways, but
That's
even if
Hermione
they did,
Granger. Like, you got some dirt on your nose. Did you know that? Just right there.
Right. Anyways, but if they did have this be a character like Tiani, it wouldn't be the worst because at least Tiani isn't like the largest character in Phoenix Drop High. Like comparatively to some of the other characters in Phoenix Drop High, she's not the largest. It's not like, I don't know, making someone like Caitlyn a part of the main cast, you know, because that's very different than, you know, making a character like Tiani, who isn't even relevant in modern day MyStreet anymore. Like she was in season 2 of Phoenix. She was in season 2 of Phoenix Drop. Well, she's in season 1 and season 2 of Phoenix Drop High and Level of Paradise. That's it, appearance wise. So at least it'd be more, you know, better than, you know, more better. It would be
better. Yeah.
Better. It'd be better than, you know, having it be a character like Caitlyn, Travis, Kawaii-chan, etc. You know, very relevant characters being like, yeah, we had to focus on a hyper relevant character constantly to like make it better.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, they kind of do it later, but not really. That's only for like 2 episodes out of the whole show.
I'm surprised.
Hey, Annabelle. So today's been weird, and...
Kiari! Oh my, Irene! How are you going to be able...
Nothing. No, she just completely ignored him and just hugged Kiari.
Just like me, ignores the social cues.
Yeah, that is essentially Annabelle. She's too bombastic for her own good, which again, I think that's why she was
bombastic
my favorite,
side eye
5 years ago.
Mr. Bombastic.
Yeah.
I had to make the reference.
Of course. Yeah. The fact that Ghost is muted right now and can't reference the fact that she goes by bombastic TV sometimes, you know, that's, you know, unfortunate. But anyway,
yeah, that's because my old YouTube channel used to be Bombastic Balloon. Because when I'm really excited, my voice gets a really high pitch. Kind of like a deflating balloon.
It happens to all of us sometimes, you know?
How's the helium?
And then, like, for a while, I streamed on Twitch as Bombastic TV, so I changed my Minecraft username to Bombastic TV. And when I stopped streaming on Twitch and had significant beef with some friends, I just started going by basically a ghost. And Ghosty has stuck ever since. Yep, Ghosty.
Yeah, fair enough.
Some people still call me Bomber as a reference to...
Oh yeah, because I recently met one of your older
I have
friends.
Heard that, yeah, from
and they refer to you as
Bomber.
Bomber.
Compendium cast. Yeah. Which, by the way, before we move on, awkward pause frame here because we made it look they're about to smooch. Let's move on.
Oh my god, I ship it! Now
being
kiss!
on the track team and being in this
club.
Oh well, you know.
We said before, then we've established like a rule of how our audience works. You know, where some of them, if the two characters share the screen for any reason at all, then they are viable to be shipped together.
Wait, what?
Doesn't matter the context.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I have heard some of our audience ship characters who haven't been on screen with each other. Honestly, like it happens. That happens on
in
occasion.
all communities at this point.
It's like, oh, these two characters should get together. It's like they never even talked once in their life. It's like they should get together anyways. It's like, why though? Why?
So in simple terms, everybody is shipped with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. You know, for the most part. I mean, granted,
anybody is shipped with someone else.
To be fair, though, with some of your shows, you can't really ship anyone of any ruin. Like, you can't ship a lot of Moon Girl characters with some of the other cast because, like, half the cast is children, or like slightly over half. Therefore, you can't really ship them.
Adults. Yeah,
you can't really ship them.
So people have like, well, I say most people have shipped the children with each other and the adults with each other.
Yeah.
There is one key exception to this, but she has a stipulation where she means like specifically like once the
18-year-old version of her, which is totally weird, but you know.
What? Wait, Apollo, huh?
It was a thing.
I'm scared.
Like we had to like. Yeah, like she was saying something like, "Oh yeah, wow, yeah, Raina and Felix." Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, but Raina's like 13. No, like when she's 18. Yeah, it's like a hypothetical 18-year-old Raina with, I guess, the same age Felix. You know, I don't think she aged him up.
You're gonna make my brain.
I think he was kept the same.
You're gonna make my brain short circuit. This is great.
Oh yeah, you think that's bad? One time she actually like made like. Chelsea like made versions of the four main characters in like the Sims and made it and had a mod so that she could actually pair some of them together.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh no!
Like imagine seeing like your own creations. You know, have that your own creations do that in front of you. It's like walking in on your children with your other children.
It's like that one. It's like that one Reddit post that I read once. It's like my children like each other a little bit too much.
Yeah, that was the case of the Sims versions of them. Yeah.
What do you mean? Julie XX Marwick it's a great ship, obviously.
No, it is.
Fanfiction.
Oh no! Yeah. Same person wrote a Julie XX Marwick fanfiction. Wasn't that bad?
They were in.
I think that one is one where they weren't aged up. Obviously, they don't have to be because they're also the same age canonically anyway.
And who? Okay, wait.
I'm more for the Sims part because that
Marwick is Morwena's the main protagonist's boyfriend, and Julius is a friend of Morwena's.
Yeah, one of our best friends. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Ghosty, I know even less than you do. I should be more terrified, which I am.
Yeah, Ghosty actually knows the person.
I don't. All I've heard is that they're children.
They're children involved? It makes me...
You realize how bad that sounds, right?
That's why she has the stipulation. That's why I explained like the logic behind it.
But still, the fact that they think about that, and the fact that they even think about it to begin with, that they think about it to the point where they include a stipulation so it works.
Yeah, shipping. Hey, some ships are illogical, okay? You know, it happens. I don't really ship too many illogical things, but I know there are several people who do.
Yeah,
listen, I've been in the Persona
crack
community
shipping,
for years at this point. Shipping.
Oh yeah, Kawaii-chan, remember when she flipped out in Starlight? It's like, that's crack shipping!
What?
Yeah, which is
wait,
first time
what?
I'd heard that term. But then again, Kawaii-chan taught me what shipping was to begin with. I didn't know before watching MyStreet.
What is crack shipping?
It's when you ship things illogically. So there's like no reason behind it, no compatibility. It's kind of like the ship has a bunch of cracks in it, you know, cracks in the facade, basically.
Yeah,
like it could sink at any moment.
Like shipping Goku and Vegeta.
For example,
people still do it.
Yeah, that would be crack shipping.
Yeah, people still do it, and that's why there's a term for this type of thing.
It's a crack ship, you know. It's a ship, I guess.
Listen, I've
Yes.
seen some weird things in my time being a part of the persona community, including a guy being shipped with the food pancakes. Like not even a person.
Now that's a
just
crack
actual
ship.
food.
Oh, wait a minute, Vin. You don't know about table Mao.
Oh, we
What?
love table now. I see.
What? What?
The table now.
I almost did an Eddie Murphy laugh there.
Table.
Table now. Table now.
Table.
Yeah. So okay, so this was a thing from Minecraft Diaries, which was the series that came before MyStreet, featuring some of the same characters. Another version of aphmau. Was trying to defend herself from like in a conversation, being like, "Oh yeah, no, I don't want to be paired off with either one of these two that are my love interest right now. Well, I'll be paired off with this table." And then it was like a whole like one was like, "No, I'll be paired off the table. No, the table is mine." It was like one of those very early fandom gags in the aphmau community, and so table Mao became a thing after that.
I thought poster was bad.
Don't worry. aphmau likes to ship
Poster
stuff in there.
Senpai was bad because that was deliberate. Table Mao was ironic. Poster Senpai was a genuine character trait.
Oh, table. Oh, poster senpai. Only of you are real.
Honestly, I feel like Ruby would have a poster senpai.
Oh, she would. Ruby.
And then there's just me over here hiding my shame.
It's okay. Russia.
No, stop! Don't.
Get ready for me to romanticize you, or something. That's what Ruby would say.
You know what? I'm gonna look up for a Russia poster, Ghosty, one day.
No, don't.
I'm gonna send you a Russia poster.
If you look up a Russia poster, you probably just get like the Russian flag and poster.
I can find that within 5 minutes. Give me 5.
Okay, find it and send a link in there, and you know what?
No.
I can put it on the screen. I can put it on the screen. Yes.
No, don't put it on the screen. Aiden, you might not find what you're looking for. You might find something worse.
No, Aiden, you know what you should do? No, find the original like poster senpai picture, and then just like let's like Photoshop Russia's face.
That would be horrible.
That's crazy. So, what are we going for here? Like, are we going for like?
Okay, I'm leaving.
No, you're not allowed to leave. I will chain you to your desk.
In Soviet Russia, Levi drinks you.
Okay, so we're going for like relatively normal short.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about Italia.
We'll go relatively
Russia
right now.
Poster. Keep playing the video, Jacob.
Okay, yeah, while we do that, I'll keep playing the video. Yes, alright, yeah.
Not a pretty good one.
Just gotta balance my schedule, you know?
Oh, I'm sure you can manage it.
This year is gonna be so great for you.
What was that? A thing of like, is he implying he's got nothing going for? Okay.
I'm so proud you're doing well.
Yeah, things are gonna be really great.
Yeah, they're really looking up.
Please take care of Kiori. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, sure.
Annabelle, we have to get going.
See, if it wasn't obvious in the first episode, they make it. They outline it very clearly in this one.
Okie dokie. Bye, Kiori. Bye, you.
Yeah, okay, that one particularly on the nose there.
No way, it's you.
Yeah, because like in the last episode, they because the way that this joke would have worked was like 2 different ways. Whereas like if Annabelle literally just did not know Hunter's name, but the way they went about it was in the last episode. She goes like, "Oh, Hunter." It's like, "Wait, you know my name? Yeah, of course I know your name. What did you think?" And it's moments like this that really go with like the "what did you think" aspect. This is why he thought it.
See ya, Belle.
See ya.
Yeah, she's not gonna hear you. She's already left. If anything, Annabelle ran faster than Kiori ever did in that scene.
And I got good news.
Okay, he put his hand over her before she's dead. Okay.
Shut up! You don't know that.
I'm not an idiot.
Well, that was a crunch. That was like a potato chip crunch there.
Fuck! Son. delightful new friend I've made. I'm gonna
I like the fact he's trying to set a good example as the leader.
have a quick chat about track team stuff.
Outside.
Oh,
Hunter's not in the track team anymore, by the
No
way.
way, was that the SpongeBob bubble transition?
How do you know?
no.
Man, I
Yeah,
can't
not really.
wait. I need the SpongeBob bubble transition in more shows.
Well, I feel like that wouldn't
I didn't,
make sense in most
but
shows
now I
because
know
you're
for
not
sure
under
something.
the sea. It would make sense in a aphmau show, but not this show.
Yeah, we haven't reacted to Mermaid Tales.
Things up.
Come on.
Are we gonna do that?
Ugh.
Well, I said before that that Five Eight was going to focus only on MyStreet, but actually I you know I've debated whether or not to do stuff like, you know, Minor Demons or Mermaid Tales or stuff like that.
I would probably do some very close MyStreet stuff and then start branching out to Minor Demons. Maybe like do like Mermaid Tales or Royal Tail.
I mean, I promised My Little Pony after MyStreet wraps up, but yes, as far as aphmau content goes, yes, I could keep that going.
Because we need to keep this aphmau train trucking at least till season 6, 7.
They're
Season
trucking
7
a
starts.
train?
The train rolling.
Listen, Ghosty, I had to.
This is a very delayed message. Wait, wait, no, did you send it to Ghosty?
Yeah,
I've also sent my.
Oh, I was
iteration.
gonna put it on the screen. I was gonna put it on the screen if you found it.
Oh, yeah. Me and Aiden both found one. Aiden, you decide which one's better.
I think mine's better. Mine feels more Italia based. Yours is very artistic.
I don't know if
I can put
Ghosty
both up.
wants
I've got my
America
two
there.
date poses to counterbalance them. You know, if you want to
Yeah,
see
Aiden,
those.
hold on.
Ghosty.
I don't know if Ghosty wants America there. That's the issue.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like an official poster.
Oh yeah, I'm also pretty sure it's official, but
We need to find Ghosty like a Lucinda post later. You know,
oh my god, there should be a Lucinda poster.
Lucinda is less of a guilty pleasure.
You know what? Maybe I'll get one day like a Lucinda art commissioned and then send to Ghosty, be like, print this on a poster paper for at your house, and you have Lucinda poster.
I mean,
who?
Yeah, okay, fine. You might want to talk to Emily about that one.
We love Lucinda here.
Who?
You stupid idiot.
It's not that big of a...
Another character from this series, or from this universe, not really this series, but yeah, this universe.
Got it. All right.
Deal, dude.
Yeah. She's the one that gets gets most of the loyal fan base if they happen to be into women. Otherwise, it's like shared between the guys.
Huh, alright, got it.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Look, she's cool and nice to everyone, but I'd never be cool enough to even be a friend.
You could just try.
Because I'm as cool as I think I am. Yeah, I'm as cool as I think I am. Whoa, whoa, oh.
Hi.
Sure, yeah, that'd go over so well. That wouldn't earn an instant rejection at all.
She hardly knows you, and, well, you're not exactly her type, you know?
Ugh, Irene, are you kidding?
Which is what he was getting at before, so why did you have to reinforce that for him?
Me?
So here's the deal. I can help you get into Annabelle's good graces, but you have to train me.
Oh, you little...
I need you.
I actually forgot who suggested this idea. I like the fact that it's Kiori who comes up with this a lot more than if it was Hunter who did that.
You to train me. You want to be friends with Annabelle this much? I can try my best and see if it'll work. But this isn't a guarantee, got it?
Nor is it a guarantee that you'll you enter the track team, of course.
Yeah.
Both of you have some things to lose. Both of you could take a chance on each other.
Nothing's ever a guarantee, huh?
Nope. But it's a fair trade. You training me isn't a guarantee that I'll be any more successful.
There we
Deal?
go. Deal.
Yeah, you know, we just because we're running out of time as well. That's gonna get my Levi drink. This is also a Levi drink for Ruby, just in general, and the writing process for her, but also for the deal because again, Alliance of Convenience. It actually like this to me feels like the true like end of the pilot phase of this series.
I feel like I should ask, what is the Levi drink?
Ah, okay, the Levi drink.
Drink it first. Wait, drink it first. Drink it first.
Yeah, so based on like the other senpai, the poster senpai thing, there was 2 different posters that were
There was
used
2 of them.
interchangeably. Yes, and one of them has Levi like holding up 2 like teacups like this for some reason. And I thought to myself like, well, this is like the weirdest position. Like, there's no way you could drink out of that. And so I made it a thing that like every time I have like a favorite moment or a favorite concept in one of these episodes, that's my Levi drink. So I toast it, you know, with a Levi drink of milk. And so here we go.
Also, why milk?
That was what I was.
Why not milk?
Oh, and Aiden's back. Oh, nope, now he's muted again.
I think at the time, because I started this series when I was in college, I think that might have been the only thing that was in my fridge at the time. I forget exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. College fridge, usually milk, still won't play.
That's why I have popcorn milk.
I have no clue what you just said.
I have popcorn and milk every aphmau stream as well for that reason.
Honestly, chill. Like, I could go for some good popcorn right now.
Yeah. Well, so do I. This is not actually that good.
You gotta buy that, like, they got, like, the movie popcorn sold. I know, like, the exact brand. It's relatively cheap, and it's surprising.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if they have that in, you know, the average Spanish food store.
Yeah, that's fair. I bought mine off Amazon.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah. I can send you the link if you want to.
We'll see. I haven't had any deliveries to this location yet, so I'm not sure how that would.
Best way to test it is popcorn salt, so it's nothing too expensive, but like.
It was not really. It wasn't talking about the expense. I was more talking about like the logistics of it arriving.
Oh, I thought you meant like if the package get ruined. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Also because like the registration that I have for here is very specific. Like the landlady actually split the apartment that I'm in 2, and I had to register in the town hall with the incorrect name, because that's the only one they have in their database at the moment. Which means that anything that would come towards this thing, that this apartment probably wouldn't either get delivered to the wrong place or just wouldn't exist. Or it would go to the. In fact, someone tried to send me a postcard, and the same thing actually happened, where it got delivered to like the wrong address, and one of my students lived in the same building as me, got it instead. So
good to know.
Yeah,
good to
again, yeah, not ideal. Oh well.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Final thoughts about the episode.
I think the episode's good. I enjoy Ruby.
Yeah.
Ruby's great.
I prefer to the first one, and again, I think they work in tandem. That's probably why they were released back to back.
I don't know. I mean, I still personally consider episode 1 the only pilot. Like, I'm sorry, I wouldn't consider this a part of the pilot at all. Despite being released close together, it's kind of like how some streaming services will release 2 to 3 episodes at the same time, just to be like.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like. Yeah, well, obviously, aphmau did that herself with the first 3 episodes in one day of season 6. The reason I think is that the reason I think these work together is not only because of the releasing back to back. That's just like, you know, because of that they work together, not you know, being the actual reason. The reason I think of this one is because it actually sets up the main. Well, first of all, it introduces like the rest of the characters that are going to play a major part in the series.
The Infinity
also,
Club doesn't, but okay.
Well, okay, fine. Let me rephrase that.
They should have.
The rest of the characters we're going to feature in the major.
Yeah, I was about to be like, yeah. Because, like, honestly, just from a writing standpoint, if you remove the Infinity Club,
you have already made this point.
Yes. Cool.
So,
but I still just don't really consider episode 2 a part of the pilot. I consider episode 2
I haven't finished why I said that yet.
Yeah.
The main reason is because so not part of just introducing the characters, because again that's what episode 1 is supposed to do. That used to get used to like all the characters, get a feel what's going to go on, their dynamics, etc. But also what direction the series is going to go into. And this one is the one that establishes the dual focus of the series. We have the focus of Kiori, but ultimately Hunter's plot ends up getting as much emphasis and they usually work in tandem because the series is about them working together to help achieve like their mutual goals. That's why to me it feels like these two are, you know, two halves of the same whole. Because before that we're missing, you know, 50% of the context that we're going to move forward with for the rest of the show.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say, but like.
No, that's fair. I guess the other thing that I talk about this with Racing to the Infinity Club was that at the beginning of this video with Ghosty, what I actually said was that before we scared her away, what I actually said was that that my old review of it was well, first of all, the episode itself has a changed title. If I could just bring that up again, because I was talking about this earlier, where, you know, it's currently called Why Should I Help You? But the episode used to be called His Agreement. That's why I used to put in the brackets for my old reviews. The Infinity Club here was my title, because after, you know, editing those videos, I could release them and decide for myself, oh, well, this actually kind of, you know, is what I want to say for this one, whether it's an opinion about of the actual episode or it's like a concept that's more important. And for this one, the Infinity Club, yes, it did indeed absorb more time. They had more screen time than, you know, His Agreement, as in Hunter's Agreement, or the answering the question, why should Hunter help Kiori? So both those cases, the titles are relating, of course, to like the deal that's been struck, but not necessarily the bulk of the episode. What used to be a major problem in Phoenix Drop High Season 2 about the titles only relating to like one scene that happened roughly towards the middle, so it was inconsequential to the rest of the plotline for it. But in later aphmau stuff, that became increasingly rare. I think the only reason why that was not considered for this title now is because, again, the deal is super important to the rest of the series, and it sets up, you know, the direction of the story going forward more so than Infinity Club does, as Aiden pointed out. It's just a matter of, you know, the focus and emphasis that they got. But yeah, if I was calling this telling in isolation, the Infinity Club would definitely be a better name for it. But I can see ultimately now why that was, in both instances of both titles, not the case.
I don't know. I mean, I think a cooler title would have been like Hunter's Plight or something. You know, I think that's like a cooler title name.
I don't know if it's I wouldn't call it something Hunter's Plight just yet, because a plight implies like a really like harrowing struggle. He hasn't really like attempted to get close to Annabelle until now. It doesn't feel like a futile effort that he's made. He just now an opportunity to present itself, much like with Kiori, in fact. If anything, Kiori once again has become the thing that that was like she reacted to in the previous episode, not just the stalking aspect, but also now offering a one-sided opportunity to a person who would need it with no guarantee of success, but ultimately would still be like beneficial for that person. It just so happens that she gained something in return as well.
Yeah.
So you're right, she's honing in her skills here. So yeah. Yori's definitely a more fascinating main character people give her credit for, but then again, aphmau herself as a main character gets a lot of flack from the fan base unnecessarily for being having to
honestly
some of the personalities, but
I'm gonna be honest, aphmau, some of the flack aphmau gets sometimes is kind of weird. Like the criticism of her being Mary Sue, I don't see the whole Mary Sue thing for her. Like, I really don't. Out of all the criticisms, like her being Mary Sue, I really don't see that as like a
who's Mary Sue.
I think that idea comes from like the fact that she's like a self-insert character who, you know, all the guys are interested in. Well, not all the guys, but most of the guys are interested in her, for example. And then also it turns out that you know, we've had situations where she's been like the, you know, secretly the goddess of the world, and then also possibly a reincarnation of that.
I mean,
but those aspects.
I still don't really see the Mary Sue because like
that she still has her struggles, her insecurities, her weaknesses, and relies on her friends. But that to me sets the difference in between like having like a flawless main character, like the Mary Sue trope itself.
What is
That's
Mary Sue?
For me, at least.
Mary Sue is a trope of the concept of like you introduce a character, but they're like perfect, they're amazing, they're flawless. They're the center of everything, and they're super important, and there's nothing wrong with them.
Usually a self-insert of the author.
Yeah,
Names
not
often
necessarily. It
return
doesn't
to Mary Sue
necessarily.
from a Star Trek fanfic, so they're not
Yeah.
always like a deliberate self-insert, but usually like a yeah. But yeah,
So it's
essentially
pretty
like the
much
main thing is
just,
about being flawless and perfect.
so it's
Yeah.
pretty much just self-insert equals power most of the time.
Essentially like the criticism that, you know, some like Disney and Marvel movies got for like their main characters in, you know, recent years, basically.
See, that's why when it comes to like making campaigns, the most powerful character usually is not as important as like the villain or any sidekick. Usually it's Knick-Knack.
Of course, Knick-Knack.
Yeah, this is a lesson that the one of my best friends actually learnt over the years, like when we actually, you know, just like doing like regular, you know, like, you know,
LARPing.
playtime, like in like breaks in school and whatever. Because he
LARPing.
used to always ask to be like the main, like the most powerful character. He would say either like who's the most powerful one, or he would find a way to make his character of anything either chosen one or just the most powerful person in general.
God,
Which
automatically defaulting chosen one trope. Oh god.
Yeah, which meant as a result that I, as his best friend, usually end up playing like the secondary roles. But that also forced me to think, you know, outside the box, to be like, okay, what's the you know, what's my story? What's my progression? Like, obviously, it's not like a whole conscious thought, because it's like, what's my 3-act structure going on as a child? Not really. But it was like a subconscious idea of like, okay, what is it that I want to do? What's my journey? You know, what stuff was like make me stand out aside in conjunction with, you know, this main character that we have going on. And that was what gradually shifted me away from the chosen one trope and made me realize the importance of like those other characters, you know,
Character growth
stuff going on. Yeah, exactly. I went
Yep.
through a character arc relating to characters.
Yeah. I mean, if I had continued on with Rising Sun, you may have realized this. That the most powerful, you probably realized Act 1 that Knick-Knack was the most powerful character.
I think
the
you
funny
verbally
part,
confirmed that, but yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I couldn't. I was gonna like it was gonna be more of a full confirm second arc, in which Knick-Knack becomes a bit more important because he is somewhat your navigator, because he knows the town better than almost everybody here.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, and
I forgot to mention the town was that big that we were in, but fair enough.
Oh, it expands after Arc 1. There was a whole expansion thing, but I never got to go into it because,
yes.
Yeah. There was a lot of things that I couldn't go into, but I'm perfectly fine with that because the only real cliffhanger that was left off after Act 1 was the actual Act 1 cliffhanger. Yeah.
And whether or not that information would be divulged going forward.
Yeah. Give me a few seconds. I have to go do something.
Okay. I hear people say that at the end of streams, because then what am I supposed to do? Because, like, now we've covered the rest of the video, now is the time that I would just wrap things up. People say, like, oh yeah, wait, I'm going to come back after this. So, I don't know. I'm going to wrap up the stream because there's nothing else to say about the video.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I always imagine the end of streams.
To say after we've
I don't know. I always imagine the end of streams like we just talk about either general stuff or we talk about the video as a whole, like to restate some of the stuff that was stated throughout the review. You know.
But we already did that. That was like final thoughts.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, end of video or stream. Video stream.
Actually, I just realized there is one more thing that I need to do before we end the stream. I just checked my messages to figure out what it was.
What?
What is it?
One simple tiny detail before we wrap things up. Boom! There we go.
Oh my god.
We've done it.
America in Russia.
It's been engraved to this
probably
video.
the most unified they will see them ever be in the next century.
Oh, probably, most certainly.
All right, but for now, yeah. Please, so now with that out of the way, please leave a like or dislike.
Or dislike, because your opinion matters.
Before we do that, sorry, my bad. I forgot. 5 seconds different outro. We've got to say when the next episode is going to be, and that will be on November 27th. So I'm pretty sure that's Wednesday, but either way, it's the 27th. Same time, same place,
5 years later.
Until then, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe to us already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.
Caca! What?